Welcome to our deep dive into utilitarianism in policy design, where we explore how to create policies that aim to maximize overall happiness for the greatest number of people. This framework is practical for evaluating trade-offs and promoting the common good, weighing potential benefits and harms to identify the best outcomes for society. Let's explore the core principles that influence utilitarian policy design. The principle of utility guides policy decisions to promote overall happiness and well-being for the largest number of individuals. Consequentialism focuses on the results of a policy rather than the inherent morality of the action, guiding the selection of options with the best outcomes. Policymakers use economic tools like cost-benefit analysis, aligning with utilitarian thinking by quantifying societal benefits and costs. The ultimate goal is to enhance the welfare of the community as a whole, even if it involves difficult trade-offs for individuals. Now, let's break down the systematic steps involved in designing policies using a utilitarian approach. First, clearly define the problem and identify all affected stakeholders who will be impacted by the policy. Next, brainstorm and list all potential courses of action or policy solutions that could address the issue. Then, carefully predict the potential positive and negative consequences for all stakeholders for each policy option. Finally, select the policy option that is projected to generate the largest net positive outcome for the greatest number of people. Let's look at how utilitarianism is applied in various policy areas. Utilitarianism informs healthcare resource allocation, such as vaccination efforts or distributing limited medical resources to save the most lives. Decisions on pollution control balance economic costs against long-term benefits of environmental protection for a larger population. Tax policies and public spending are designed to maximize overall welfare, ensuring the greatest economic benefit for the community. While powerful, utilitarianism in policy design also faces significant criticisms and limitations. A strict utilitarian approach can disregard fundamental individual rights if they hinder the greater good, leading to ethical concerns. Quantifying happiness and suffering across a population is incredibly complex, making practical application of the principle challenging. Policies benefiting the majority can disproportionately harm smaller groups, raising significant concerns about fairness and justice. Key strengths of a utilitarian approach to policy design. Utilitarianism is inherently results-oriented, prioritizing policies that produce the greatest good. Decisions are rigorously evidence-based, using critical analysis to determine what is right. It ensures impartiality and neutrality by considering everyone equally, avoiding status quo bias and focusing solely on what benefits all. The framework offers flexibility and adaptability, allowing for diverse situational tactics and accommodating various opinions on what constitutes happiness. Rural utilitarianism promotes social harmony and stability by focusing on established rules that, when followed, led to the greatest collective happiness and cooperation. Now, let's look at the practical applications of utilitarian principles in various fields. In business ethics, utilitarianism informs cost-benefit analyses, allowing for decisions that account for multiple factors and maximize overall good. Within criminal justice, it leads to evidence-based practices aimed at reducing crime and enhancing public safety, thereby increasing societal well-being. However, utilitarian policy design also faces significant criticisms and limitations. A major criticism is its potential to instrumentalize individuals, justifying actions that may violate individual rights and fairness for the sake of greater aggregate happiness. There are practical and epistemological limitations, such as the inherent difficulty in predicting all outcomes and objectively measuring and comparing different types of utility or happiness. Its moral and demanding nature requires constant striving for the best outcome, potentially overlooking the intrinsic wrongness of certain actions, regardless of consequences. Despite these challenges, utilitarianism strongly guides policy design. The central idea is maximizing utility, with policies judged by their consequences, ensuring the well-being of every individual is equally considered. This is reflected in cost-benefit analyses used to evaluate policies, prioritizing collective welfare to select options that provide the most significant benefits to the majority. Examples include public health measures during pandemics, resource allocation in limited situations, and environmental regulations, all designed to maximize population-level benefits.